वीडियो ओपन नहीं किया।
हाँ भैया,
वीडियो इधर था, तुमने खोल के रखा।
न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं न गुरोरधिकं. So this shloka explains, by the order of Shiva, there is no one above the Guru. एक के साथ हो तो सब फ्री है. Basically saying that if you are with the divine master, you are always free. It is so beautiful to learn these shlokas and then sing on Gurudev's birthday.
Jai Gurudev, we welcome you all to yet another exciting episode of Prelude towards Guru Gita chanting with Bhanu Didi. And as we all know, Art of Living is completing 40th year this year. And we have two very special guests with us who have been a major part of this journey, who have been with the Art of Living for almost 30 years. And it's my honor to introduce them both. So we have with us Harish ji. Harish ji is the CEO of Sumeru Software Solutions, and he's also an IITian. And other than that, he's a full-time Art of Living teacher. He's been staying in the Bangalore Center, Art of Living Bangalore Center. And we have with us Prashant ji. Many of us might have already done many advanced courses with him. So he's also an International Art of Living faculty, IITian. And interestingly, both of them started their journey together. So it was in the year 1993 that both of them took the first Art of Living Happiness program. So today I'm very excited to hear more from them, because I was introduced quite late to Art of Living. So I would like to know what all I had missed. So welcome you both. Over to you.
Thank you, Anjesh. Harish, would you like to start?
Okay, now?
Yeah.
So it's like, there's one knowledge sheet where there are people discussing with Gurudev, and one lady who had missed the questions, and she came at the end of the knowledge sheet and she asked, "Oh, what did I miss?" And Gurudev said, "Enlightenment." So, Anjesh, you've not missed anything. In 30 years, like they say, age is a number, no? 30 years, Gurudev has not changed one bit. Okay, not one little bit. He's just it's just been an amazing manifestation, you can say. So we were told that today we should try and speak about what is the Guru. The Guru, what is he responsible for? Frankly, I mean, I had never thought along those lines at all before until this message came, and it gave me a chance to actually just become grateful again. Just give me a chance to think, how did I even come here? What did I do that I could actually be on this path? How that I can be on this planet and at the same time as Gurudev. So yes, I mean, every step has been there, and so what is he responsible for? From bringing me onto the path and giving me much more color to my life, and giving me a chance to be to be his instrument, his instrument in helping other people handle their lives, and Yeah, it's part of everything. I don't know if you all watched yesterday's satsang. There was a satsang yesterday in the German ashram. So there, Gurudev was listing out all the jobs that he does. Okay, so he started off saying, somebody said they're an interior decorator. I am also an interior decorator. I make the insides of everybody very beautiful. Somebody said I'm a gardener. Well, I'm also a gardener. I remove the weeds from people's lives. Like that, he was listing out different roles. So somebody said that I'm a chef. So they said, I'm the biggest chef. I cook everybody. I cook everybody's minds, hearts, everything. Somebody says, okay, I'm a driver. Says, well, yeah, I'm a driver too. I make sure you get to the right destination. I mean, I don't leave you midway, It's like when so for me, really, when I was thinking about this question, the only thing that came to me was some smiles and thinking, what is he just? What can he? What is there anything at all that he's not responsible for? Prashant, what do you think?
Yeah, we are all on the path and we are very well aware of this shloka, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. So Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So he's this Parabrahma personified. And when Parabrahma is there, then everything is happening through the wishes, actions, sankalpa of the Parabrahma. And Guru is that. Everything, in our life, I recollect my first meeting with him. First few days, I just kept on remembering him. Every breath, every thought I was studying, and again my mind would go back to how a person could be so simple, how easily he connected with me, how he took care of me. So for me, his responsibility has different flavors and different variations depending on the situation, depending on where you are on the path. He has said many times that you cannot really analyze where you are on the path because everyone is moving in the same train. But still, for analysis purposes, where you are on the path, and I feel the journey starts when we start on the path, or maybe before, and that time his connection with us is more like a parent taking care of a child, baby, helping the child take the first few steps, making sure everything is taken care of for us. I remember coming to the ashram for the first time, and at least 3 to 4 times he looked at me. He asked, "Did you eat food?" And I was like, "Why is he so concerned about him asking me about my food?" So that care and that concern really touched me when I was in the ashram, and I have traveled with him to so many places. And the first question, no matter where we are traveling, the first question that will come up from him is, "Did you have food? Did you have food?" That care and concern is what I feel that starting point of a guru is. His responsibility starts from there. Isn't it, Harish? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, and there's one thing there, Prashant. So my experience was, when the first time I came across to meet him, I was supposed to actually go with you and Rajesh, and both of you ditched me, and I had 1,001 reasons to not go, and somehow in my mind or mind, heart, whatever at that time, it was like, "Nay, let's just go a little bit, one step forward. Okay, let me go till the bus stop. If I get a bus, I'll go." I got into the bus, and I didn't have directions also, and there in the from IIT Powai, then going towards Andheri, there was a huge traffic jam in the bus. The bus was just stuck. And I thought, "Arey, ye kya hai? I'm in the middle of nothing, you know." So then in my heart, it was like a prayer at that time. I cannot even imagine how that came about, but I thought, "Theek, okay, Gurudev, if you want to see me, you know, I've come this far, you see what's to be done." And then, so till that part of the journey, I remember after that, you know, the way I got to Sangeeta Janiji's house I had some very vague directions only, but still I reached the door. I got there for the satsang and so on. And like you said, the first time we came to the ashram also, it was. Do you remember? I mean, we got into the bus and we didn't know really where we should go, and you know, so in this is 93 December, and there was that time. See, today, you know, in Bangalore, if you tell anybody, any auto driver, any taxi driver, Sri Ravi Shankar Ashram, they all know. At that time, really, there was. Prashant and me, we reached the station early morning. Sometime we reached, and then went to the bus stop to the bus. And वहाँ पर we were asking around, and we got into one bus, and we were. I was a South Indian, no? So I took responsibility for conversing with the conductor. And while I was trying to ask something, then even that was not needed, because the person was sitting next to us said, "Oh, you're going to the ashram. I'm also going there. No, you don't worry." Bus, that's it. So no more questions. You know, I used to have a fear that I will miss the destination, or the bus aage chala jayega, or we'll miss getting down. This man said, "No, I'm going there. You don't worry. Bus, just enjoyed the ride." You know, so I think for me a key part there, Prashant, was just taking that step. We may not know, we may not really know exactly the route ki kahan jana hai, or what is to be done, but and this occurred to me while I was thinking. I mean, for this session only, that that one step or few steps that like I pushed through my own barriers, that level of discomfort, just pushing through that, and then there, before we know it, you're on the golden path. It's like that. Unmute.
Yeah. So from that care and concern, the next step was that grooming. How little things he trained us into. I remember when I started living into the ashram, I had graduated from IIT, was full of confidence and all that. But, you know, in front of Gurudev, I could not speak. You know, I would become very conscious, and I would not be able to speak one sentence properly. And it so happened I was in Shakti Kuti, and a phone came from South Africa. It was very unclear. And since I was in front of Gurudev, with a very low voice, I said, "Your voice is not very clear. Can you call after some time?" And Gurudev caught that. And he said, "You know, where is your brain? That line is not clear. You should be speaking very loudly into the phone, and you're speaking very softly. You know, you don't have common sense." And I said, "Yeah, but I didn't want to disturb his meeting, and I was very conscious in front of him. I could not explain all those things." And okay, there were a few people in front of him. He finished dealing with them, sent them, and then Swami Brahmotej was there. I was there, and Gurudev was there, and he said, "You know, I have to teach you even how to speak." So meanwhile, I had told that person to call in 10 minutes. 10 minutes was up, then that person came. And I became more conscious because Guruji was looking at me like this, you know, what am I going to speak? And then I was not able to speak even one word properly. And he said, he would, you know, whatever I would say, and he would just put his hand on the head and he would say this. And then that whole conversation with that person in South Africa got over somehow. And next 45 minutes to 1 hour, I got the lesson of my life. You know, he would tell me to speak one line and ask me to repeat it 3 times. You know? say, can you call me after 10 minutes? And like, I was so conscious that even that one simple line, I was not able to speak properly. But then he showed that patience and he said, I have to teach you many things at the end of that conversation. And he says, this is just the beginning. Maybe, he was taking my fear of speaking in front of him away or whatever, at various, he works at various levels. But then I realized, how step by step in every aspect of life, he grooms you, he nurtures you. He nurtures you to take responsibility yourself. And that is what this journey with Gurudev has been. Harish?
Very beautiful, very nice, very, very nice. Another aspect about responsibility and even in the knowledge sheets, I've one of the earlier knowledge sheets, they've spoken about responsibility and surrender. That is, take responsibility, do what you can, and then just let go. Just surrender. And somehow, I think Prashant, both you and me, we are agreed that that the Guru is responsible for everything in our life, right? But along with that, the beauty that I've seen and I've really marveled is that he is untouched by all that. So like he cares for you so much, he cares for me so much, he cares for Anjesh so much, he cares for everybody who passes by, who comes by, whether they are there or far away. He cares so much, but still, it's like he's at least to me, it appears like he's untouched. So for example, like when the WCF was happening in 2016, so much of confusion and accusations and bad press and or leading questions, so many things, and yet, I mean, he was, and it rained on the first day, and it was like the biggest event that we are doing in India. It rained, and he was drenched in the rain, and he was there in the front. And later on in satsang, it was like, I mean, it's like just has to happen. It was like, what could people have done? It was like that. There was no concern about this event not happening, and yet he was there to just make sure that it happened fully. So that completion, that I'm fully engaged, but yet I can be just apart. That is something it's a source of amazement for me. I mean, that care and concern, and yet, okay, yeah, and it's like there is no in the next moment it is just something else. In the moment after that, it is something else. It's not lingering on like that. So that is something so beautiful.
So, as Harish said, so many times he will do something and yet not be affected by it. And he will scold you also. And his scolding will be such that, he will scold you left, right, and center, and you will find no escape from there.
Mm-hmm.
But his scolding is so well directed, the person next to you will, when he start talking to that person, then that he will behave as if nothing has happened with that person. So it's like when he looks at you, he will scold you left, right, and center. And then the person to your right, he will talk, what happened? Everything all right? And then again, he'll come back to you and scold you. And through all these scoldings, I have got scolded a number of times. Not number of times, it goes in hundreds, maybe more than 500 also. And in all those scoldings, one thing I realized, we also scold people. But when we scold people, we pull that person down. that person feels he's good for nothing. But most of the time when I have received a scolding from Gurudev, the impact was exactly opposite. I felt more empowered from all what was happening. So, what I understand from all this is only when you are empowered to take responsibility and you can be in surrender. Many times he has said, surrender comes only from a strong person. A weak person, surrender has no meaning. And Harish was saying, taking responsibility and surrender, and both are a sign of empowerment. So, and that is what Gurudev himself is living that life, that empowered life. Is taking responsibility fully, and yet at the same time he will be in total surrender. So that he, and one more small Guru story I will share. Gurudev had gone for a short tour somewhere, 3-4 days, and he had come back. And usually I'm not one of those persons who massage Gurudev. So there was nobody around, and he himself said, okay, usually he will not allow me also. So he said, no, why don't you, my legs are paining, hurting, why don't you massage them, press them? And I was pressing them, and I said, Gurudev, you seem to be very, very tired. Why do you run around so much? So he said, I said, there are so many other people who can take responsibility. And he said, the day there are 25 people who are ready to take full responsibility, he will not even come out of samadhi. So he says, my whole work is about creating those 25 people. So he takes responsibilities. He's empowering us to take more and more responsibility. And then that one aspect between surrender, so many of us get confused between surrender and taking responsibility. I go back to the Bhagavad Gita. In the last chapter, Krishna says, surrender to me. So Arjuna surrenders to Krishna, but that does not mean Krishna has to fight the war. Isn't it? So Arjuna had to fight the war, but what Krishna did was took him from place to place and say, now you have to kill this person and you have to do this. It was not very easy for Arjuna to do all those things which Krishna wanted him to do. So Guru will lead you through all the difficult challenges. He will say, you have to do this, but you have to do it. He will be there standing, waiting patiently, taking care of everything. But, that responsibility, that final action, after a certain, for a small child, the parent takes responsibility. But for a grown-up adult, the parents expect the child also to take responsibility. So as we progress on the path, our Guru expects us to take responsibility and give 100% whatever we have to do.
Yeah, beautiful.
Isn't it?
Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful. And giving that 100%, it's like as I was saying before, it's just it's unending amazement for me. How much can one person do? So again, just last week, I'm sure we all know, right, that Gurudev is in Gurudev left Bangalore for Europe last week, and then today he must be on a flight to US. So last week there was an event in Switzerland in the Geneva Press Club. Okay, so now this aspect about taking responsibility, right? So from he's an Indian. Then there they're asking, and Gurudev has already achieved a lot in terms of bringing about peace and understanding amongst people. So in that press club, there was a very senior journalist. She was asking him about what happened with the FARC and so on. And then she asked about, so what is it that you're going to do here with Ukraine, Russia, this war that is happening here? So he said, I just want to be allowed into that room where they are talking. That's all. He said, I don't even want to say anything. I will just sit there while they are talking. I'm just looking for somebody who will facilitate that. I mean, he didn't use these words about facilitate, but I'm just looking for that. and for me, that sentence, no, there was sincerity, there was concern, humility. I mean, we all know, right, that he's Gurudev, and so much of magic we have seen in our lives, in the lives of others, all because of Gurudev. But the same person, he's he's also so like humble and sincere to say, there's so many people that are suffering. Give me a chance, just allow me to be there, and then see, and then let us see what happens. So that is really very, very touching. I mean, it's something that and it's totally, it's relentless. So he's been in Europe for some 10-11 days, and if anybody saw the itinerary, they would have thought, oh, he's gone to Barcelona and Mallorca. Mallorca is actually a holiday resort. Oh, from there he went to Switzerland, then he went to Poland, then he went to Germany. You could say that, yeah, all of these are like, if somebody says, I've gone to Switzerland, you say, Arey, you've gone there to enjoy or whatever. But, again, like what Prashant was saying, what is in front of him, he's just so totally there. So the devotees who are getting to see him after 2-3 years, he's just with them. And then when he's away from satsang, Ukraine, and plus, of course, multiple other things for sure. I mean, Gurudev is the serial multitasker. So I think really we're all lucky that, as I said, I feel very lucky that I'm on the planet same time as Gurudev. And here is a person who like walks the talk and talks the walk. I mean, there is no difference. There's really no difference. We observe more and more, and we learn more and more, and we just melt more and more. That's what I feel. Prashant?
Many times when we are focused on a job, when we forget to take care of the other aspects of our life. But that is not what Gurudev is. Though he was focused on Ukraine, he was focused on bringing peace to that part of the world. I talked to a couple of devotees also, and we saw so many pictures on Facebook also. There was sightseeing also. He went on a boat ride also, and these devotees were saying that we had the best time of our life with him. We could spend so much personal time with him. He took care of us so well. He connected with us so well, and especially after 2 years of COVID times, it was very difficult. He was there at every aspect. It was not that just, okay, now I have gone to Europe, now I have to focus on peace and I'm not going to take care of any other things. He was taking care of every human being, and probably every being around him, maybe plants also, and insects also, and birds also. They all derive the source of energy and inspiration from him. And before I end my this, there was a question, am I going to be successful being with the Guru? So Gurudev has defined the idea of success. The successful person is one who has an unending, unshakable smile on that face. So from that perspective, we are all going to be successful. But if we are going to measure ourselves with the success of the world, achieving so many things, maybe we may achieve things in life, maybe not. But Gurudev's success of having a big smile, that he's going to ensure that we are going to have, whether we like it or not. Even if you don't want to smile, he many times makes you smile.
Very true.
I have been very, very upset and agitated, and many times with him also. So because he has done, said something and done the exact opposite and left you somewhere high and dry in the middle of nowhere, and you're very upset. I was thinking you're backing me up, and suddenly I realized there is no backup force. He just say, I didn't tell him. That's all. And I was very upset and agitated, and I made a very long face and went in front of him. And he realized that I'm very upset and agitated. But in that also, he will just crack a joke here, there, and he will pull your leg and make sure that in few minutes, 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're smiling all over again. All that rejection, dejection, unhappiness, frustration, all that just drops. That is what I feel, the guru is there for, that mental, what do you say? These are mental backup or mental charging point. The moment we look at him, the moment we see him, touch him, and after being with him for so many years, for me, just a glimpse of him is enough. That one glimpse, and I feel that okay, all my worries, all my tensions, everything is just that smile is back, and I'm ever new all over again.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. The whatever happens, however difficult the day has been, yeah, just think of him or see some video of Gurudev or go for satsang or see him go by in the car. But I mean, it's like just something just gets washed off. Even again, for everybody who's here in this meeting, I don't know if you've watched the satsang of yesterday, day before, and the day before that. It's all there on YouTube, all right. So it's the channel is called Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar Deutsch. It's I think run by the German ashram. Right, and really, it's amazing to see with what passion and intensity he was talking about peace. He was wanting that. He was saying that the situation will change, and how each of us, how each of us can take care of people around, and what we need to do to take care of people around. And yesterday he said this. He said, "Get addicted to knowledge." He said, every day make it a practice, when you get some time. Like he himself said, I have recorded so many, so many of my talks are there on YouTube. You just have to, whenever you get some time, just sit and listen for some time and go or do a guided meditation. But just make that as a practice and inspire others also to just get that effect. Because I think, seeing, for me, my biggest inspiration was in one of my earliest satsangs in the ashram. Gurudev said that every cell of my body is there for you in the satsang, right? Like he didn't call me and tell me, Harish, every cell of my body, not like that, but it was in satsang, and he was in a different space only, and he was saying, every cell of this body is here for you, every cell. I heard that, and then it was like some electric current, something passed, something happened to me, and I was thinking, one person is living like this. Can we not be something? Can we not do something which is which can bring this or which can help in his mission, and so on. So for me, really, before that, I was before that particular event, I was just very happy to be with Gurudev. But after that event, after that satsang, the shift in me was, no, I have to be an instrument, or can I contribute in some way? It's like that story of, I think Gurudev has only spoken about Krishna, about Krishna holding the mountain with his little finger, Govardhan, and how all the gopas are also with the little sticks. They're saying, oh, this little baby is holding, let me also do something. But really, for Krishna, it is why this ungli's work only, to hold the big mountain. And But the joy of that event is that all the Gopas, everybody else also are involved. He has found that trick of just involving all of them, saying, okay, tum log bhi haath upar utao, or, or your danda, you keep it up and hold it up and then see what. And that is the real opportunity that I see in this lifetime for me, and I think for all of us also. So yeah, I don't know what else to say.
So, when we started this program, we saw Bhanuma. She was quoting a shloka from Guru Gita. Na Guru Radhikam, na Guru Radhikam, na Guru Radhikam, na Guru Radhikam. Shiva Shasana, Shiva Shasana, Shiva Shasana, Shiva Shasana. By the order of Shiva, there is nothing higher than the Guru. And the more we talk about Guru, the more we talk about or make an effort to understand about Guru, the more the realization happens that we cannot understand him. And Guru Gita is that jump or what we say, that dip into that mysterious world of the Guru. Who is the Guru? What is the Guru? And Bhanuma has been really kind enough for us, teaching us some of these shlokas to chant them. So it will be nice if all of us can register for this program on Guru Gita. She will share her Guru stories also, and we will learn chanting and have a glimpse into this mysterious, vast, enchanting world of a Guru.
And it's very beautiful about how the Guru Gita came about also. I mean, I've not read the verses, but I've read a little bit preface, and it's like Parvati Devi, she sees Lord Shiva bowing down. She says, "But you are the master of the universe. Whom are you bowing down to?" And from there, the Guru Gita is supposed to start, right? So like Prashant was saying, that the more deep you go, you'll find that there is still much more depth than you can even imagine. You think, okay, Gurudev is like this, and you run till there, then you find, oh, Gurudev is something else. You go till there, and then you find Gurudev is something else. And it's that kind of a journey, and the Guru Gita, I think, gives that flavor. For all of us, as being on this path and being with the Guru, I think here it's like the reverse process. Perhaps 500 years back, and people who did not have like a living master with them, they would have learned these as chants and perhaps the meaning, and then maybe they get an experience, right? But for us, we've already tasted the sweet. We have already experienced the magic. We have already, somehow that bliss and that smile, we've had some glimpse of it, some taste of it. Now, the journey is really very different. It's like you have that taste, and then you're getting a sense of what could these scriptures, what could these shlokas actually mean. I think that's a different flavor altogether.
Wow, very beautiful. So thank you, Bhaiya, Harish Bhaiya and Prashant Bhaiya, for sharing such lovely, beautiful stories. It's never enough to talk and listen about the Guru. So we hope to see you soon again for yet another exciting, interesting episode. And all those who have joined us on Zoom, on Facebook, YouTube, on the Art of Living app, you can register for Guru Gita, like Harish Bhai and Prashant ji shared. It's something not to be missed. It's really worth it. And Bhanu Didi sharing her life experiences, her Guru stories with the master is something which I'm definitely looking forward to. So we have pinned a comment. There's a pinned comment on YouTube, on Facebook. You can go there and register right away.
And just 1 second, there's a question from Chetan asking what is the timing of the sessions?
So it's a 3-day program from 10th to 12th of May, and it's 7:30 every day, 7:30 p.m. And it will be around 45 minutes. So once you register, you'll get all these details, how to join and what to do. You can watch it on the app after you register. The whole session will be streamed on the Art of Living app. Okay. Thank you again, Bhaiya. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you very much, Anjesh. And thank you, everybody. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, everyone.
Prashant.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.